Thank you for tuning in. We did a show where we asked women to call in and confess to the hardest thing in the world for a woman to confess. The hardest. To tell us the one thing that a woman does not want people to think about her. That is that she's a slut. What is the male equivalent of that? Well, it's not men confessing they're sluts because, as we've said, most men will F anything. Granted, some of them, they require a little more alcohol. Some of them, they're going to F a little later in the evening. But most men, if they need to get laid, will have sex with anyone. Just about. Few exceptions. Now, granted, some of these women that men will have sex with, they're just kind of average looking. Maybe they're below the usual standard a bit. Average looking, maybe 5 or 10 pounds overweight, right? Maybe 15 or 20 if you usually go out with women 5 or 10 pounds overweight. You know what I mean. Whatever your normal standard is, maybe you go below the standard a little bit once in a while. But we have all been there. We have all been with at least one woman that we would not want any of our friends to know we were with. I've talked about mine on the air, and I'll just remind you of the story without going through the whole thing. My woman like this was the platinum blonde. She was a natural platinum blonde. How did I know? Because I got one of her platinum blonde nipple hairs caught between my teeth. I don't think she was dyeing those.
Well, that's disgusting.
Oh, it was disgusting. That's when I realized I had really, really, really gone below the normal standard. Yikes. That's like the Mendoza line for sex. That's exactly right, Brett. That's what it is. That's going way down the list. Now, there are other examples of this, and the more sex you have, the more examples like this you have as a man. Women who are way fat, way ugly. Women who are of ethnicities or races we wouldn't normally be found in bed with, no matter what color we are. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm sure we all, we're not going to make this a show. That's a whole other show, and that's a daring show if we said, you know, what's the one race or ethnicity you would just never, ever, ever find yourself in bed with, ever, under any circumstances? My fear is that the same one would keep coming up, and then everybody would flip out if we did that show. Okay, but, you know, maybe you, for example, I don't know, maybe you come from like a white supremacist background. And you woke up one day with a woman who looks something like Aunt Jemima. Okay, now, just as an example. But we all have at least one in our closet. You know what I'm saying? That one that you wouldn't want the guys to know about. It's like that old joke they tell, right? What do a fat woman and a moped have in common? You know that joke, right? Right. You wouldn't want your friends to see you riding them. Yeah. Exactly. But we all have at least one, right? So I want you to go into your head. You were probably very drunk, very stoned. You finally did that ecstasy that was in the bottom of your drawer that was sitting there for a long time, and then you acted really irresponsibly. You know what I'm talking about. There was that one that your friends don't even know about. You know what I'm saying? There's that one that if your friends found out about, it would ruin your reputation. Your friends would just go, I can't believe you did that. Can't believe it. So just as we had women confess to the thing that I think it's hardest for women to confess to, and that is being a slut. Most men are sluts. But what men have a hard time admitting to is that one time, it's like that, the whole joke about being coyote ugly. This is that one person that, like, you either woke up next to them or the next day after having been drunk the night before, you realized the depths of undesirability of the woman you were with. Like you just needed to get laid so badly, you would have slept with anything, and this was the absolute bottom of the barrel. I want you to tell me her first name, if you know it. I want you to tell me how old she was. Maybe it was somebody really old, for example. Maybe you woke up and found yourself in bed with somebody 60 years old. I mean, who knows? Maybe you woke up and found yourself in bed with, somebody 350 pounds. But if you remember her name, tell us her first name. If you remember anything about her, how you met her, what the two of you did in bed. Do you remember that? Did you realize, you ever, now this has happened to me and that's why I know about it. Ever sober up in the middle of having sex? Then like you look up there and you see who's up there, it's like, oh my God! I'm having sex with a werewolf! That ever happened to you? Look, at least I can be honest about it. Okay, I think we've all done it at one time or another. I will just say, why did I do it? In my years being in the radio business, I've moved around the country, always lived in strange cities, didn't have a lot of companionship, and so sometimes you just go out to the old Dewdrop Inn downtown and you'd go home with whatever was there. It's just the way it is. All right. So we've all had this happen to us, haven't we? Yes, boys, we have. All right. I want you to tell me about the absolute worst example of humanity, the one you ended up in bed with, that if your friends knew about it, they would just beat you over the head.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866.
Got a chance to get in a girl's pants.
Sounds like a bumper sticker.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
I think you did.
The Tom Leykis Show.
Guys, that one woman you woke up with, or maybe you just looked up and said, oh my God, right in the middle. That happened? Paul on a cell phone. Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Paul.
Yeah, I had this one chick, man. She wasn't fat, but she was really skinny.
What was her name?
Her name was Angie.
Where did you meet her?
She was my friend's ex-girlfriend.
Your friend's ex-girlfriend. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, this chick, she had the ugliest face you'd ever see. She looked like an elephant. She had this big black tooth, right? And, two front teeth. One of them was just black. This chick was so ugly, my dog was scared of her. Barked at her whenever she came in the house.
Huh.
But, I was in a slump riding bulls, needed some sex, figured that'd get me going again, brought her over, banged her, and every time my friends start talking about her, I just cringed at the fact that I had sex with this girl.
Now, they haven't found out yet.
Oh, no.
You're afraid they would find out. You'd hate them to find that out.
Oh, I'd be completely embarrassed.
Wow. How was the sex, by the way?
Sloppy. She was also one of the biggest sluts around, so.
Really?
Yeah. It wasn't no good. But it was a service.
So over 1 million served, or what was the deal there?
Pretty close. Everybody I knew had her. She was the bar fly. I knew I could get it, so I called her over, got it, and sent her packing.
So you got down between her thighs and you said, "Sit still."
No, I didn't go that far.
Just
she could smell it up top. That was all I needed.
No, don't tell me that.
It was bad. I'm talking bad.
You really needed to get laid.
Hey, I was desperate. I can't help it. The guy's got to get it where he can get it.
See that? Wow. Did you feel badly about yourself after that?
No.
No. They needed it.
I needed it. I took it. Sent her home.
Would you do it again?
Not
necessarily her, but how about somebody else?
If I needed it that bad, sure.
Yeah. You'd dip to the bottom of the well, absolutely.
Wouldn't tell anybody about it. Same deal,
I understand.
Yeah.
Paul, thank you for that.
All right, you want to blow me up?
Of course I'll blow you up. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Dave on a cell phone. You're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Dave.
How are you doing?
Do you care?
Absolutely.
Doing great.
You know, I did this one chick. She was so fat she made a samurai look anorexic.
Oh my God! Do you remember her name?
No, I don't. That was about 20 years ago. I've never told anybody.
Oh boy! All right. So how'd you meet her?
Me and my friend were out drinking some tequila one night, and we got through our second fifth or so, and just hit her up in a bar somewhere.
You didn't do her at the bar, did you?
Oh, hell no. I took her back to my friend's house.
Was she like, she must have felt like she won the lottery or something that some guy took her home.
I guess. I don't know. I woke up in the morning. You ever seen The Nutty Professor?
Yeah.
You know how he kisses that old lady and goes outside and pukes? That was me.
The next day.
What's that?
The next day.
Oh, yeah.
Well, what was the sex like, Dave?
I don't know. I don't remember much of it. I just remember waking up and screaming.
You don't remember seeing her naked or anything?
Oh, I saw it naked. That was enough. It was like looking at Mimi on the Drew Carey show.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was nasty.
Oh my God.
It was.
Did you feel? Now I asked this question of the last guy. Did you feel badly about yourself? Like, did you have like low self-esteem after that, or?
Oh yeah, I had to go do a couple other chicks after that.
Yeah.
Nice ones. Just
to know you were desirable.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did she ever call you or try to get in touch with you after that?
She tried. I moved.
You had to move.
Hell yeah, I had to move out of state.
So you actually slept with her? Like you woke up the next day?
Yes, I did.
With her?
Yeah.
And then what, you rolled over and looked at what you had next to you?
I rolled over and I swear to God, it looked like a whale in my bed. It was huge.
Wow. So what'd you do?
Ran out screaming, threw up, you know. Thing had more rolls than the Chinese bakery.
Ah.
Yeah.
More chins than the Chinese phone book.
Yeah, that one too.
Yeah, there you go.
She was nasty. Hey, can you blow me up with a bong yet?
With a bong yet? Well, of course I can. $1-800-5800-TOM. Dave on a cell phone. You're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
I've got one that I think that none of your users or your listeners are going to be able to top.
Really?
In fact, this is something that I've not told a soul in my entire life and probably will take to my grave.
Wow.
But thank God for radio anonymity.
Yes.
I've been with a beautiful, gorgeous, hot, sexy she-male.
She-male?
Yes.
Now, where did you meet this creature?
At the she-male bar.
You went to a she-male bar?
Correct.
Now, what were you, may I ask, what were you doing there?
Being an explorer.
So you were just curious?
Yes.
And were you drunk when you decided to go there?
Sure.
Oh, you're
but not so drunk, just uninhibited.
Did you? So you knew what kind of a bar it was before you walked in?
Yes.
All right. So you get there, and you're seeing all these beautiful women? Is that what you're telling me?
You know what? If I didn't know where I was, I would think that this was like a hot, scoring place. I mean, they pass. They totally pass for girls.
What makes a man think to himself, you know, I've had as many women as I can possibly handle. Now I need to go after men who look like women.
Push the envelope.
Really? Okay. So how did you meet your she-man?
You just go there and you rap, and I'm telling you, it's amazing because under the hood, they want the same thing you do.
Because they're men.
Yeah, but they look gorgeous.
Yeah, but they're men. See, men want the shortest distance between 2 points. We don't want to drink white wine. We don't want to go on dates. We don't want to discuss your whole history. We don't want to hear about it. If there was a woman who was like a man, we'd want to go out with a woman like that. A woman who says, all right, let's just get to it.
That's it. You hit the nail on the head.
Except this is a man.
Yep. I'm telling you.
It's not a woman who's like a man. It is a man.
I've told nobody this. Only you.
I understand, Dave. Okay. So you picked one of the creatures out from the bar.
Yep.
And you took her home?
Her place.
You went to her place?
Absolutely, for the fast exits.
I see. Speaking of exits, okay. So you got to her place. What was it like, by the way?
It was funky. I mean, just picture Just picture a horny chick with plumbing.
No, but I mean the place itself. I mean, remember, this is a man. Was there any evidence of, like, sports or ESPN or...
Absolutely not. They are so hung up on everything stereotypically female. They've got posters of Marilyn Monroe on the wall, flowers, vases. They're overly female.
Probably a gay man.
This is how they live. They live this way. They have nice breasts. They've got curves. They take female hormones. They've been doing it for years. I'm telling you, they're totally passable.
Uh-huh.
Totally passable.
So when you got there, did you know what you were in for? Like, did you know what to do? Or did your companion know what to do?
Sure.
Really?
Yes.
It's a chick with plumbing.
We knew why we were there.
I know. It's a chick with plumbing.
Chick with plumbing.
Uh-huh.
It's funky.
I understand. So there you were. Had you ever been with a man before?
Negative.
First time.
Nope.
And there you are with a man who looks like a chick.
Yep, I've told nobody.
How was it?
Fun. It was kind of weird. Definitely a head trip afterward. Real head trip afterward, but hey, I'm an explorer. You know, we live one life, got to check everything out.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And so how long did you two go at it?
Couple hours.
Couple of hours. Really?
Some repeat performance.
Did you ever, look up and go, what am I doing?
Yeah, but I just kept saying, hey, you know, I made the decision. I said, I'm going to go exploring. I'm going to go there. I mean, you either do it, you know, or you don't do it.
So you're glad you did it. You're not even sorry.
Well, internally I am, but I don't tell anybody this because, you know, people aren't going to know what to think about it. I mean, I you know, just like your slut hour, you got these very normal-looking, you know, girl-next-door types, and you know, behind closed doors, they're a total no-holds-barred slut. I'm the same way.
Did you ever do it again?
Yep.
You did?
Yeah, a few times.
Few times?
Yeah.
Different people?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Wow. Do you keep in touch with any of these gals?
It's been a little while because I'm in a steady relationship now, and I just do not have the time to do that.
With a woman?
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm straight. I mean, I'm a straight dude.
Yeah, that's what we all say. Thanks for the call.
The Tom Leykis Show.
Matt on a cell phone. You're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Matt.
I got a hell of a story for you. All right. This chick was so ugly that I don't know what I was thinking. I mean, she had more hair on her face than I did.
Really?
Oh, there's no kidding.
Was there some ethnic thing going on there? What was the ethnicity, you think?
Well, she was white, but, I mean, she was just hairy as can be. I mean, she had more hair on her butt than I did.
Really?
Oh, God, it was horrible.
Unbelievable. Did she work at El Pollo Loco? Is that where she worked?
No, she was actually working at a little deli. And that's where I met her. And, I mean, I wouldn't even tell my friends what deli she worked at because I was afraid they'd go to the deli and look at her.
Oh, my God. So, what, you picked her up from behind the counter or what?
Yeah, actually, I met her there, and she took me behind the counter and, you know, gave me a favor here or there, right? And so I figured, all right, maybe I can press this and actually get some.
Well, of course you can.
Yeah, so I mean...
Now, was hair her only problem?
What's that?
Was hair her only problem?
Well, no, she was a little chunky, too.
Little chunky.
Little chunky.
Little chunky.
Just a little. Well, maybe a lot, but, you know.
How chunky? How chunky do you think she was? She was fat, wasn't she?
Not fat, but she was chunky still.
Chunky and hairy.
Oh, God, yeah.
All right.
But, I mean, when it came down to it, after waiting 19 years of not getting any, I figured, well, it's time to get some.
Oh, so you were 19 and you hadn't gotten any.
That's right.
So you were a virgin.
Yep.
Okay. So you thought you could score this. At least this one you can score.
Yeah, I figured, I mean, this is just about the lowest thing on earth. There's no way it could turn me down.
What was her name, by the way?
You know, I don't even remember.
Right. She was your first.
Yep, I'm just a scum sucker, I guess.
You know, women always remember their first love. The first man who ever made love to them.
Yes, they do.
But men, on the other hand, not really.
That's right.
All right. So you got this hairy, chunky chick, and there she is at the deli, and you took her home?
Actually, I went back to her house.
Go back to her
Made
house.
arrangements to meet her at her house sometime. Did what I had to do and got out.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
How was it?
Actually, it wasn't really that great.
It wasn't?
Yeah.
When you were a virgin, I thought it was all good.
I know, that's what I thought, too. But, I mean, I was like, oh, God, I waited this long for this.
Did you know what to do?
Well, kind of, sort of. I figured things out.
You figured it out. Did she help you at all?
No. She didn't help at all, actually. She just kind of, let me do my thing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
She just laid there like stiff as a board?
No, because she said it was her first time, but I don't really believe her.
Uh-huh.
And, she was open to ideas because I didn't want a board there, so I, told her to move around a little bit and try some different positions and such.
Wow. And you only did it once?
With her, yep. After that, I was gone.
Wow. Did she ever try to contact you after that?
Nope. But I still do have her number written down in my little black book just in case
My God.
everybody else in the world dies.
My God. So you might get that desperate again.
Well, you can just never tell. That's the thing,
So have you had any other women other than her?
Oh, sure.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Sure.
Sounds like every guy. Oh, yeah. I'm doing 5-6 chicks a week. Yeah.
Well, I mean, not that bad, of course, but I mean, I've had
If you're doing that many women, why would you save the phone number of some hairy, chunky chick from the deli?
Well, it's not so much I save them, it's just I don't throw them away. I mean, I just don't go through my old book,
I see.
Yeah.
Well, Matt, thank you so much. That's very reassuring to know there are people out there doing that kind of thing. Thank you. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Matt, you're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
What's up, Tom?
Not much, Matt. What's going on?
Well, I have a similar story for you than this last guy. You know this whole discussion about landing strips that you've been having?
Yeah.
Well, this lady was kind of much the anti-landing strip. She was a hairy girl.
How hairy?
Well, you could kind of tell on her lip a little bit. When I was talking to her during the evening, I was like, well...
You mean she was sporting a bit of a stash there?
Just a little bit. Just a little hint. They suck it, they wax it, they do their little thing. But you can kind of tell. But the kicker, Tom, is when I woke up in the morning, she had more hair on her chest than I did.
No.
I didn't know that. Like, I kind of noticed during the evening that it was, that the carpet was a little thick.
Uh-huh.
But, yeah, when the morning light shone down on that forest, holy mackerel.
So you're telling me that she had like a normal rack?
Yeah, it was pretty normal. She was a little squishy, but not fat.
Right, but I mean, she wasn't flat as a board or anything.
No.
She had a normal rack.
Yeah.
And a hairy chest, hairier than yours.
Yeah, just about.
Wow. And did the hair, work its way all the way down the center, down the cleavage, all the way down to the navel, and then down below that?
Pretty much. You got that right.
No, are you serious? She had the line of hair went all the way down?
Yeah, I'd say probably if I really examined it, it'd all be there.
Really?
Yeah, that's what I was screaming.
Wow. Now, was there an ethnic issue here? I mean, what was...
Nah.
No?
No, she was a white girl, dark hair.
Just a girl with really dark hair.
Yes, dark, thick, curly hair.
It looked like she was wearing a black diaper.
A little bit. For real, Tom.
Did she have hair on her ass, too? Let's just get right down to brass tacks.
Probably. No, I don't think that there was a lot. Maybe one really long one.
Uh-huh. How about on her back?
It's a long time ago. Yeah, it was furry. It was a little furry.
Her back was a little furry, too.
It's soft fur.
How about her arms?
Yes, most definitely.
Really?
Yeah.
She was more manly than you.
No, she was definitely a female. Not like this last guy you talked to. That's a little creepy and crazy. But, no, she was definitely a female.
Just checking.
Hey, I appreciate it. Tom, can you blow me up, please?
Of course I can. The Tom Leykis Show. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. And we're talking to guys about that one woman you've had. Maybe you've had more than one, but you certainly had one. You had one woman you had who, if your friends knew about it, they would be absolutely disgusted and completely lose faith in you. Because she was fat or ugly or hideous or, as one guy had, a she-male. Alex on a cell phone. You're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Alex.
Buddy, first of all, it's been a real pleasure. You've been keeping me sane for about 12 years now.
Thank you.
It's an honor to speak with you, too.
I agree.
But, thank you. But what happened to me in 1998 was crazy. New Year's Eve party. I am drunk off my butt.
Yeah.
Next thing I know, I was partying in the restaurant, Tempo in Ventura. Next thing I know, my eyes are opening and I'm coughing because I happen to be munching on this nasty chick. Really fat. She was about 6 feet. She was bigger than me. She must have been at least 230, 240.
Really?
Her hair was in my mouth. She was very hairy though.
Oh, my.
It was disgusting. She was sweaty. Okay? And I didn't know how to get out of the room. You know, it was crazy.
Not only that, it was New Year's. She probably thought you were in love with her.
Who knows? Well, she was drunk too, but not as drunk as I was. You know, once in a blue moon, I'll go ahead and, black out. But that was the worst thing that ever happened to me.
Wow.
I'm embarrassed to see her friends. She told her friends.
I'll bet she did. Look, I got a decent guy.
Oh, my God. It was horrible.
All right, so when you realized, now here you were in the middle of going at it, you realized what you were going at it with. What did you do? Did you leave?
I stopped. I said, I can't go on. I'm sorry this is happening. I don't know how I got here. She kind of felt bad. And then I said, I got to go. Okay, it was just like that. And then, I knew this chick for, maybe 5-6 years before this.
How did you know her?
Friends, same kind of crowd once in a while, But it was a sick experience, Tom.
Wow.
Do me a favor, please.
Yes, Alex.
Take me out with a screaming orgasm and then put a bullet to my head.
All right, Alex, here you go.
Oh, yes. Oh, God, Tom. Oh.
1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Mark on a cell phone. You're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom. How are you?
All right, Mark.
All right. Here's my story. About 5 or 6 years ago, I'm a cop, good looking. I'm at my peak. My day off, I go.
We lost you. All right, we'll find you. Tony on a cell phone. You're on the Tom Leykis Show.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Tony.
How are you?
Do you care?
Yes, sir, I do.
Doing great.
I think I can beat all these guys.
Really?
I think so.
Okay.
Much as it hurts, yes, I do. A friend of mine in the Marine Corps, we went down to Tijuana for the weekend on leave, and we asked the cab driver to take us to a nice, I guess you would call it topless establishment.
Yeah.
And subsequently, he took us to one. We sat around for a while watching the girls, had the girls sitting at our table kissing on us. One of them wanted to take me in the back room. So, of course, I nodded to my friend, and I obliged, and we went in the back room. And when we got back there, she decided that she wanted action from behind as opposed to conventional style,
yeah.
I'll put it. Anyway.
A little backdoor action.
Backdoor action, absolutely. Anyway, while this was going on, Tom, I'm already in the act, okay?
Yeah.
I reach around to, I guess, maybe give a little more pleasure, and guess what, Tom? It's not a woman.
No. So you'd already been there, and you had no idea where you'd been.
Exactly.
Oh, my God.
I still have nightmares to this day about it.
What did you do when you realized this?
I pushed, I have to say forward into the wall right then. And it hit its head and started yelling, Policia, Policia. So I ran out of the room, back to my friend at the table and said, dude, we have to get out of here. And he was enjoying himself and said, why? Until I whipped up the dress on his girlfriend.
No! Really?
I am totally serious. We walked around town shooting tequila, Tom, looking at each other, and I wanted to kill myself all night long.
Oh, my God. And did you have to pay for this, by the way?
Oh, no.
Wow.
The money wasn't up front, luckily.
Wow. But they expected payment at the end.
Oh, yeah, but we were out the door before that ever happened.
Did the cops ever catch up with you?
No, they didn't.
Tony, you're a very lucky man.
1-800-5800-TOM.
My mom grew up, she went to a Catholic high school, and there was a picture in the yearbook of the girls who were going to go off and become nuns. And I tell you, by modern standards, you would look at that picture and go, yike, 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 yike.
The Tom Leykis Show.
The Tom Leykis Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. These are the chicks you wouldn't want anyone to know that you were ever with. Tim, you're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom, how you doing today?
Pretty good, Tim.
Oh, I got one for you, buddy. I'm sitting at home drinking some beers, and I get this phone call. This gal. It's the wrong number, but I'm feeling kind of horny myself, so I talk her into coming over to my house. Never met this girl before.
So, wait, she called your house, she's a wrong number. How did you get her from being a wrong number to saying, why don't you come over?
I just started talking, Tom, and pretty soon, I'm getting to know where she works, what she does, and she ain't doing nothing, and I talk her into coming over.
Uh-huh.
Just a weird situation. I should have known right then this is a bad deal happening. Anyway, she shows up. She looks like a linebacker. She's about 5'11", about 210, got the little hair on the top of the lip. Comes in the house. Of course, I had to pound a few more beers real quick, and we're sitting there on the couch, and...
So rather than saying, I think I have a headache, you invite her in anyway.
Hey, it had been a little while.
Oh, my God.
It had been a while.
So you had a couple of drinks.
Right, and we're sitting there, and pretty soon we get closer and closer, and Tom, oh, my gosh, the worst BO I've ever smelt on anybody.
Really?
Really.
So you stop right there, of course.
Well, I changed plans. I talk her into taking a nice hot candlelight bath by herself.
Uh-huh.
So I run her a bath and get her a glass of wine, and she's in there, and I come in there and help scrub her up a little bit. I get her in the bed finally, and oh, God, Tom, I started going at it, and she just still stunk. I couldn't go through with it. I just had to fake the orgasm and kick her out of the house and throw the sheets away.
Oh.
That was that awful.
God.
That bad.
Yikes.
Stunk. Man, it was bad. And unlike that other guy, I didn't keep her number. Oh, man. That's one of the worst experiences I've ever had.
Did any of the guys ever find out?
No. I could never let that happen, Tom.
I'll bet.
Couldn't let that happen.
But you told me, and I'm proud of you.
I told you, man. I had to get it out there, though. Some of these guys calling in with some strange stories.
You had to tell somebody. Tim, thanks for the call. Our email address is my name. It's Tom@blowmeuptom.com. You got that? Tom@blowmeuptom.com.
The Tom Leykis Show.